May 17th of 2026 was the first day of back-to-back elevated tornado risks in the Central Plains. This day would feature a somewhat complex severe weather setup with discrepancies between the location and behavior of different boundaries. Throughout the day, the surf flow would strengthen while moving east and serve as the location of the triple point, with kind of a cold front or stationary front to mostly the north, a warm front to the northeast, and a dry line to the south. The primary questions with the setup were, where would the warm front end up and would the cold front crash? A crashing cold front would favor a linear storm mode, and the warm front would help fire storms and act as a corridor of increased low-level shear, maximizing the tornado potential. A 500 millibar shortwave could be seen overspraying parts of the warm front and dry line, so convective initiation along those surface features, as well as ahead of the surface low, seem probable. Moderate levels of cape or instability could be seen over parts of the central and southern plains, and most of the wind shear was confined in the high plains into parts of the central plains. This made northeast Kansas into western Iowa the most favorable location for tornadoes, specifically anywhere near and along the warm front. I targeted the southern portion of this area, despite being slightly displaced from the warm front, in favor of positioning myself well for the next day, and because I might get a little bit more time before the cold front catches up. Holy. Okay. This tornado, which is pretty hard to see, just received a tornado emergency, which is reserved for the most catastrophic, life-threatening tornadoes. While the storm did exhibit some pretty significant rotation, both in person and on radar, it never seemed violent enough to warrant a tornado emergency. Despite still looking pretty scary, the storm did not put down any other tornadoes besides the one that triggered the tornado emergency. Speaking of that tornado, it is currently rated as EF1 and caused damage to the outskirts of Hebron, Nebraska. Finally, I would sit back and relax as the storm passed me at sunset.